Let's get the obvious one out of the way. Oh well. Oh well. You know I hate playing this fool. Yeah, pain in the ass. That's why I hate playing this.
Hey, why don't you just get up and dance, man?
You get 4.5 to 5 minutes in and then that shit happens. Although that was my fault.
Game over.
Yep. Hi, Shade. We'll do it again in a second. This is, like, everything for Gargoyle falls under technically fine and well written, but not very fun to play. At least for me. Huh?
Yes, that is fun.
That's not full.
Oh, you're saying full, I didn't think you.
Well, I'm specifically talking full. Because why would I talk about normal Gargoyle? We'll do that again in a second, but yeah, that's the danger of playing long songs. You get 4.5 to 5 minutes in, and that happens. Leave them out. No, I don't want to see them. Well, at least my legs are warm. Like, thankfully they get pretty warm pretty quick and I don't tire out too badly on that, but that's still annoying as hell. I'm actually going to turn the speed down because I don't need the speed that fast.
New series. Typical design series zone. Cool song.
I pray to God I don't have to play it again. Ha! Good one. Yeah, good one. My score is not good. I was mashing through a lot of that to get it through because I hate playing it. Like I said, technically good chart. Hate playing it. It is what it is. It's just an extended D20, which is fine, but not the most exciting. I forgot this was run a little late. I was wondering what that was again. Well, the fire is this. My fault. Enjoy. If we don't get it in the next step, we're done with this one. It's just such a slog, and I'm not going to subject you guys to that on stream. Like, I don't deny it's a good song, but it's just... I think having the original Mission Infinity was a mistake in the end, when it ended up leading to this eventually. I think it's just that it's just so repetitive. Cut down, it's a perfectly fine song. As 6 minutes, it's a little bit much. It is probably the song I associate most with Saxon, though. Even old stuff like Eternus, I don't associate with them as much as this song. But that's also because I've played Gargoyle for forever, like before, long before it ended up in Palm. I mean, yeah, but I could just pull Tusa in for that. If you want to play with him or me, sure, fly down or drive down. At least DFW is easy to get to. Yeah. Yeah, US too fucking big. US is just too damn big for its own good. Oh, please to God, just focus. Yeah, I'm not doing this on camera.
Hey, is this really your bag?
I'm not doing this on camera. Let's move on. Otherwise, I'm gonna get mad. Let's move on. Here, let's go over Prima Materia shortcut. I actually have no idea what it looks like anymore. Yeah, let's get it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna get mad the whole time. It's just such a slog. And I just kind of just need to just spend time on it. Okay, well that ending was not right, but I got credit for it, but I did have a great starting part. That won't be bad.
Perfect!
No, that's relatively easy. Just had to not start early. Which was exactly what I did.
Nice.
It was a silly grade. Started early on one burst at the end. Yeah, it is, but I'm also happy that that Triple S is my only play on it. That was a hell of a sight read. I think you were actually there for that.
I wasn't ready for the play on
Yeah, considering it was a sight read.
Did you get like no miso like no miso?
It was an SG.
No miso.
Never punished. That's my fault.
Hey, is this really your best?
Hesitant on the bracket. Yeah, I know that feel. I know that feel.
Game over.
That's how I feel about stuff like
New teams. Use the difficulty zone double. Co-op play. Thanks, Lineage shortcut.
definitely a technique issue. Please just put it all together in one try.
Hey, is this really your best?
Come on. Come on. Been there. Absolutely have been there. Or just in like a high pressure situation, you get this amazing score and then you never come close to matching. You know, like this Uranium D24 is like one of the biggest examples that comes to mind for me. Because in an online marathon in 2020, this was only like a few months after the song came out too, I had gotten a 2 grades double S and XX in marathon setting. I still haven't even like missed it since then. It's just one of those things where it's just like, I don't know, I just can't do it like I did. On Uranium D24, yeah. This is still on my YouTube. Because I'm pretty sure I cut it from the marathon VOD. Like, it was ridiculous. I love that chart to death, but my consistency on it has been pretty bad. Not as bad as my consistency on this, apparently, though.
Hey, is this really your best?
Uranium is a big struggle for a lot of people because it is pretty hard for most people's skill sets. The thing about Uranium is that there's not really much cheesing you can do. You just kind of have to do it. That was not the right rhythm at all, but I think I got away with it. Never mind.
Hey, is this really your best?
The jacks fit, but they are rough. I will agree as a whole, Uranium's harder than Brain Power. Although I'm not really keen on the changes Phoenix made to Brain Power. No, there's actual pattern changes that honestly I hate. I hate some of the pattern changes. They made it more bracketable places, but in exchange it's less doable just doing it straight up. Gimmicks are also removed too, but that wasn't the hard part. It's pretty much just all the gimmicks in the first half are gone, which is not really a problem. Please just let me do this.
Hey, is this really your best?
Come on. That's sad to look at. It's all 6 slots. Nope.
Game
We
over.
will get this. It's short. It's not tiring. We will get this and just get it out of the way. It's one of those things where I just need to buckle down and just do it. And afterwards, I'll feel better. And we'll hopefully do a little bit better on other stuff. But days like these happen. Days like these just happen. Everybody gets them. Like you won't always play at your best, no matter how much you prepare. It is. I would much rather suffer for 1 minute than 6.
New series. Difficulty and co-op play. Shortcut.
Admittedly, I don't even like this song that much, but I'd still rather take it in a 1 minute form. It has grown on me more, I will say that. I do have a more favorable opinion of it now than when the song first came out. What am I doing wrong? I know I'm doing something
Is this
wrong.
really your
I feel
best?
it. What am I doing wrong? What is going on? Really? Wow.
Did you not reach the blue or something?
No, I'm hitting yellow with the edge of my foot and not blue at all. I'm doing like this. This is why it's important to look. Because I had no idea that was what I was doing. I just felt that it was not right. Even that I would rather play more than Gargoyle. Because at least I'm done in 2 minutes. Okay, so I need to smash my foot downwards. You know what? Just to keep myself focused. Especially since I'm reading faster lately anyways. easing up on the gas. Because I had it, and then I eased up.
Absolutely
You
perfect!
can go harder.
Next stage.
Finally. Way too long to get that, but sure.
Absolutely perfect! Wow! New record!
It's just one of those moments where you do really good on the first try, then you forget how to play it for 20 minutes. Then you eventually get it. Thank goodness. Hey, Mija.
Next stage.
What else is there that isn't going to be a complete pain in the ass? I should probably be doing FFF. There are several things, actually. Let's start with FFF and we'll go from there.
Shortcut. Hey, honey. Use your difficulty zone level 12. Level 23, level 22.
So, this was originally rated 23 when it released in PS2. But we know that WindForce edited the chart quite significantly before release. So I kind of have to wonder if they put the rating together with the original draft or they rate it when they're done. And I'm kind of leaning more towards the former, with them never making the adjustment after. No, I did D22.
I was wondering, because D22 is not that bad. This one is tricky.
Which cleaner? Shortcut? Double, yes. Single, no. Single is... I don't think I'll ever get single. Anyways, this is a fun one. It really is. It's a good song. It's the first song that really captures Dolan's current style. Ignis ain't no 23 either. Crash Day is debatable, especially with modern techniques. There just wasn't much of a baseline, but even still. Even taking all of this into consideration, VVV came out the same game, and that's still 23. And that's quite a bit harder to live through. Intro gimmick wasn't even a hard part. But yeah, the biggest reason why Ignis was a 23 was because in the Infinity beta that was showcased at trade shows, and the early versions of Infinity, we had a much more difficult gimmick to work with in the middle. That's the only reason it was 23, and it was already changed by the time they moved it to Fiesta 2. So really, it's just a wrong number. A good chart though, like a legitimately good chart looking back. Thing is, I'm never gonna find slow things the hardest part unless they're also very dense. Like, you can definitely say stuff like Takeout or Moonlight would be like the hardest parts of their songs, respectively. But when it's as light as Ignis was, all you have to do is just learn it, and then it's simple. And then you have to worry about the parts that you have to actually like physically go in on. They're doable with some practice. The hardest part is really just getting... If you're going specifically for PG, you have to do the 2 mini drills into the stair and back, and then you have to do the very end.
I meant to say jumps at the very end.
Jumps or brackets? Because the jumps are easy.
Starting from jumps and then into brackets.
Well, the jumps are
the whole part.
It's really just bracketing on blue and yellow that's tricky at that BPM. Just put some energy into this and it should be easy. Still a great song. Like I said, put energy into it, easy.
Absolutely perfect! Wow! New record!
find out what else to do. Still need to play for at least another half an hour to finish getting exercise, but let's kind of try and narrow our list down to what to do. I could probably do 1949 double. There's still several other singles to work on. Like crossover should be done. Let's go for 1949 double first, while it's on my brain. It really just comes down to speeding through the ending.
New teams. Difficulty zone to level 17. Level 22.
That has it. It actually has been a hot minute since I played this one. Well, at least I remember how it goes.
Absolutely perfect!
It shouldn't be that bad as long as I keep the speed up.
Next stage.
It sounds so slow right now for some reason. For me, I think the hardest parts are going to be the jump section in the middle, because it's easy to slide off a hole by accident, and then the very end, of course. Those are going to be the two hardest spots. Thankfully, stamina is not much of a concern with this one. Just have to go. I must have been really late.
Hey, is this really your best?
I must have been way more late than I thought I was. Half the time I'm not even paying attention to the mixed rhythms there, so that's my fault. I also noticed that I remember this is a little bit late. Not as late as 1950, but to the point where I should probably just JT it. Rushing!
Hey, is this really your best?
Stop rushing! Stop that! Stop doing that! Hey, Regen. We're kind of in a funk right now as far as like trying to do things, but we're going. It's just one of those days, and it happens. It happens.
really your best?
I think it's a technique issue here. I think I'm probably hitting something.
Game over.
Hi, Toy. I'm okay. I'm just not playing well today. It happens. I hope you're good, sir. Bad sessions happen every once in a while. That's how it is. I do have some good, somewhat related news. Like, it's not pump related.
New teams. Difficulty zone level 17, level 21, level 22.
So, in case you haven't heard the news about my stuff, the Dave & Buster's closest to me actually bought a cabinet for my. We didn't think Dave & Buster's was going to buy anything after the location test ended, but one popped up there, 2 more are popping up in Cali soon, I think, and this opens the door for more my to show up for Dave & Buster's. So this was a nice surprise to read yesterday. Which is good because that place is closer to me than round 1. Yeah, like, I it's incredible. Like, I thought, I think probably because you only have to pay the cabinet up front and then pay for the upgrades every 2 years, like the mix upgrades, that's part of the contract. But otherwise, like, you don't have rev share like Konami wanted to force with A3 and up, so I think that's why. Oh, I'm sorry, man. So, if you don't know my, people know it as the washing machine because it looks like a giant washer or dryer with 8 buttons around, and you can touch it because there's an IR grid.
Apparently they even teamed up with actual washing machine for a campaign some time ago.
Yeah, that's funny. So, yeah, my is quite, probably like the most well-known music game outside of DDR at this point, like outside of Asia. It's gotten very popular, and it is quite fun. And I will say, now that we've had regular access to my here in the US because we have an official release now, it's been incredible to go through. We can talk about that more in a second. Let me see if I can just get through this one section. Great, let's keep going. Just do the whole thing, man.
Absolutely perfect!
It's definitely technique issues.
Wow! New record! Next stage.
So yeah, more and more my has been popping up across the US, mostly round ones, but even like individual places have been getting them. Austin
got
H Mart.
some random arcade somewhere in northeast. I forgot where exactly.
Yeah, like you can get it. It's to the point where, who is it? Ikigai is coming to GDQ, and they're the ones bringing the machine. Ikigai got a machine. They're the ones supplying for HDQ, and that will be what the My Showcase is going to be played on. So it's good to see more accessibility because I'm a big stickler of having things officially available because otherwise you have to hear from underground. You don't get people that way. You don't get nearly the kind of reach that you would with like, oh, it's available for anyone to walk up and play. So that makes me happy. Especially since, like, usually I'm not able to really go play on a work day because I have so little time. I work 12-hour shifts. But conveniently, D&B is not too far away from my workplace. And maintenance time, now that daylight savings is over, maintenance time falls at a reasonable enough hour to where I can drive, get there at the end of maintenance, and then play for a couple hours and go to work after. So I'll probably start doing that every couple weeks or so, in addition to my current sessions. That would be Chrono Circle, which is unfortunately very dead. I love it to death, but it is unfortunately in the junkyard. That's the other Andamira music game, which had a lot of great things about it. There's a lot of really good things about Chrono Circle. There are also a lot of things about Chrono Circle that rub people the wrong way.
Absolutely perfect! Wow! New record!
Once I finally got it in the middle, I'm like, okay, just please focus for 40 seconds. Good. Yeah, like, you can still play Chrono Circle. Like, even though there's no longer a working server, the game is playable offline. And if it managed to actually get to the final patch that fully unlocked everything, that's perfectly fine. But it's been almost a year since they turned the server off, and like the game's done. It doesn't do well in most places. I think North Star Mall GVM was the only time I would regularly see people actually get on and play Chrono Circle. And like not even like hardcore players, I'm talking like casuals. Otherwise, I never saw anybody play. most of the time, like 99.9% of the time. Usually it would just be me and Haru. Like I said, game was fun, and it was really starting to come together, but it's held back by a lot of things and just didn't do well. I think Round 1 was taking a big gamble, just commissioning a whole bunch of gaming companies to make exclusive games, and they kind of all end up in the gutter at this point. Because I think the Toadette was one of them, and that's also down. Dance Around is around, but I don't know how much longer that's going to be. I have no idea how good it is. Let's see. Let me go for Allegro. I should have Allegro on this.
Level 22. Difficulty zone level challenge. Level 23.
The ending is pretty nasty though, so I do need to look at it real quick. We'll just let that run out. I don't think I have to pass him on. I might. There. That'll give me some time to look at it. Let's see here.
Hey, is this really your best?
I think I'm just gonna do the burst and just go for it. Hey Maddie, Music Diver seems to do it well enough. It gets more play than some of the other games in RGBM. I already had a grade anyways.
Absolutely perfect!
Yeah, Yeah, we're just gonna turn the ending. I don't feel like trying to bracket that.
Next stage.
Because I'm not good at staying focused when I have to bracket that ending. I still like D23 a lot more in terms of its movement, but I kind of am warm on this being a fold of it now. Because it's still fun to play. Just not as fun. But it makes you work. Because there's not a lot of break, which means you have to actually try for a lot of it. We'll try this for a little bit. I don't want to spend too much time on this one. That's my fault. We'll get that in actual time.
Hey, is this really your best?
I wanted to save at least a little energy there, but you gotta have to actually hit the notes. Gotta actually hit the notes.
Game over. New team. User difficulty zone level 10. Level 20 for level 22.
That's gonna be fast, but it should be okay. I've had worse. Just turn it.
Hey, is this really your best?
Just turn it. I know I'm trying to be lazy, but just turn it. Well, that's one. It's one.
Absolutely perfect! Wow! New record!
Just fell a little bit behind that one 30-second burst. I'm not good at that kind of thing. But yeah, I can just do the ending as is. It's pretty reliable.
Next stage.
It's thankfully pretty reliable to do the ending that way for me. If I was already on the correct foot to do this, I would totally do a bracket foot switch at the beginning of the 30 seconds at the very, very end. Because I just realized the first pattern is yellow, red, red, yellow. But because of the way it's written, I would have to double step out of the blue hole to do that, and it's like, no, not worth it. That would be funny, though. And it's not like I'm any stranger to funny strats in this game. Anybody who's seen me play End of the World using my hands knows that. Not recommended, by the way. Very not recommended.
Hey, is this really your best?
Fell behind. Fell behind. There should be 3 30-second bursts at the end. Okay, so it's not 3, but it's almost back to back. Okay, that one actually is it's close, but it's not. get a Spencer scream. Thank you for the raid, Kenny. Thank you for the raid. Unfortunately, I'm done playing that one. That's frustrating. Has that happened again?
Absolutely perfect!
You know, I feel like I summoned you. Because my mind was wandering at the very beginning. I'm like, man, I need to play some Bionic Commando Rearm 2. Lo and behold, a Spencer scream. How you doing, sir? How was stream? Welcome in, Raiders. I'm Zero. I'm not playing well today, but we are still getting our exercise, so it's okay. And we've gotten some perfect scores on some stuff earlier, so it's okay. It's just game is hard. You can't play 100% every time. I was messing around with stuff earlier this year because a friend of mine was selling his Series X because he needed money, so I bought it off of him. And I'm thinking to myself, well, from 360 to X-Bone, the load times were significantly improved. How much better are they on Series X? So I went and tested, and you save a lot of time on load times. Even going from X-Bone to Series X, like, it's significant to where, like, if you, and any percent would probably save at least a minute and a half off of loads alone. Maybe even 2 minutes. I'd have to time it out again. I had the comparisons somewhere. But yeah, it's pretty significant. No, because it's a console game. And there is an in-game timer, but it's only by per level. Which gets messed up when you pause and other things. Alright, let's move on to a different song. Sick of playing Allegro. Let's do Leots.
Level 22.
I haven't played this updated version very often. The ending won't be hard. Just keep momentum. Just have to just go for it.
Absolutely perfect!
We'll just do it all just to make sure I don't have accidents like that. Even though I already had a great at the end of the guitar solo.
Game over!
But this kind of chart is my bread and butter. We just plow through it for a minute and a half. It is still very fun. I think it's still a good chart for what it is. But it's the kind of chart where everything's very stacked back to back. Even though all the patterns themselves are reasonable, they're just hard. But because it's so stacked, you don't get a lot of real rest. And you just have to just kind of go for it. Like, the only person who's, like, really ever done runs of, and non-IL runs of BCR2 is PJ. I had wanted to at some point, and then I keep getting sidetracked. Because unfortunately, the middle of the run where you have to fight Gorilla 2 and play through Dead Marsh is just... No matter which category you're doing, you're waiting 5.5 minutes for sure, if not longer. And there's nothing you can do about that. And if you, like, soft lock or die on Gorilla 2, well, there's several minutes gone, so that's not fun. But the rest of the run's really cool. There are just lots of really tough things about it. Like, any percent, you don't get a lot of upgrades. So if you, well, there's several things that can happen during Gorilla 2. There are several things that can happen. One, you can just fall through the floor randomly and you're dead, because great game, great programming. The other thing is that the knuckle, like, is from your angle, it's on the right side. You can pull it if you really dare. And it's not tied to anything. It probably was going to be tied to something in this fight, but they abandoned it. But if you pull it all the way, you can no longer pull his ear, which means you can't finish the fight. It is a very funny thing. It is the most Bionic Commando thing. But yeah, like, if Gorilla 1 wasn't tedious enough, you get to sit through Gorilla 2, which is all of that plus possible failures, plus an extra cycle. That's 4.5 minutes of just waiting. So that turned me off a lot. There are some cool fights though. Like the Brubaker fight's cool. I wasn't ready for that one. That was my fault. I also didn't turn pass on. I think we'll double step the first ones, but the other ones we should just do.
New teams. Difficulty zone single. Level 22.
Let's choose it. I forgot to turn pass on again. I better do it in one try. That's always a hard part to not clash. It's a very real possibility you'll hit other panels during those turns. Unless you're very careful. Turn pass on right now. Turn pass M on right now. Don't do anything else. There.
New teams. Difficulty zone level 10. Level 22.
That's the easy part
Is this
too.
really your
That was the
best?
easy part. It's already kind of approaching 5:30 my time, so. We might call it quits after this credit. Hasn't been a great day, but things happen. I've had a lot of really good scores the last couple sessions anyway, so it's fine. Things happen. Scary. Done.
Absolutely perfect! Wow!
Oh.
New record!
newest version of this chart, so I'm 100% done unless they stupidly change it again. Please don't.
Stage.
3 versions of this chart is enough. Hey, Record. By the way, Record, I owe you an apology. I was talking about the my rating things where it counts 2 games for your latest. That is only true in Circle, and since we're only in Prison Plus, I jumped ahead. So I owe you an apology on that. So starting in Circle, we'll get that, but right now it's only Prison Plus for your top 15. I guess when I'm like reading too much off Silent Blue, all the information blurs together. Which just means we need to play more Prison Plus songs. Hey, we all learn. We all learn. I'm just happy to get that one out of the way. I'm gonna play to the end of this credit and be done. I need to get ready for work soon. I'm tired. Is there anything else we can try and quickly snipe? Le Grand Rouge will just make me mad. So let's see if there's something else. Something like easy. Yeah, there's nothing easy. Let's just go look at 23s. I'm going to play Sudden Appearance Image, not so much to try and PG it, but to just get my score on it.
Level
Better.
22. Difficulty zone level 17. Level 23.
Where are you at? Here somewhere. I am, actually. Yeah, I'm actually aiming for the platinum, the one that requires 3,000. Just to give me something to do. Yeah, it's a hard one.
You did a really
It is
great
one of the most
job.
difficult 23s. It is fun and very fitting for the song, but man, it beats you up. Last big deal we had, this came up in one of the pools, and then it also came up in individual matches. So some people were Not the chart, but just the like, oh god, why do I have to play this now? It was brutal to see. Even I get tired out. Especially since you look at the 23s next to it, and this is by far the most difficult out of all of them. Like, Imperium's kind of on the higher end, but not that bad. Sonic Boom's also kind of on mid to high. Mega Hearts is pretty easy, aside from the very ending. Soul My Heart's easy. Glimmer Gleam also pretty easy. Decadence is like low to mid. New Rose, low to mid probably. Invasion does have some work at the end. Him is probably mid. And Athena Shield, it's easy. And this is like the very upper end. This is borderline 24. Just because it just whacks you with everything in the book. A lot of fun though. Legitimately a lot of fun. So we'll play this probably twice more and then be done for the day. It is pretty. It was one of those things where it looks pretty and it does actually play good. Because there are definitely charts that look pretty and play like crap. Because that's not how physical movement actually works. Like, I think early Sunny was like the worst about this at the beginning of XX. But he improved a lot. And things got a lot better. I don't mind Boca. Like, Boca is very hard, but I think it fits. And it is a tough technique. And it shakes up the meta, too, because we have plenty of Dreamcatcher running charts. Something to break that up was nice. There are always going to be things in music games where you have to recognize, I don't like this, but it is necessary. Let's at least get a decent start.
Is this really your best?
Yeah, that part's the hardest part, and it's fine because we've had things like that in the past. Just not at that BPM. Like, if you've never seen Dom D24, that was like the first chart that really, really, literally jumped the shark with brackets. It's really fun to play. But I'm glad it wasn't in arcade. I didn't have to like compete on it. Because wow, was that a chart. Dom D24? I'm just not doing it right. Hold on.
Hey, is this really your best?
I want to get a good start. This is just me just not focusing.
Game over.
Yeah, so unfortunately Dom was removed after Prime 2. It's a pretty easygoing song. So it didn't have anything harder than D9 in arcade. But as a mission, it was given a D24. And it's hilarious. That kind of stuff is like the side of EXE I like seeing. Where it's just like, I don't care, have some fun.
New series. Difficulty zone double. Level 23.
Because it is very fun. It's just hard. Very hard. Yes, very much so. Very much so. Pretty much, just like most of Fiesta 2's beginning.
Your best?
Let me get some water first, just to make sure I can refresh my mouth.
Your best?
I need to go harder. Like, I want a decent start. That's all I want right now. Gonna play to the end from there. I'm being too lazy, and I'm not hitting stuff. I need to hit harder. finally FC the ending.
Nice.
I usually screw up badly. There's my triple S.
Unbelievable! You're the best! Wow! New record!
There is room for improvement, but I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, Dom is a chart. A hell of a chart.
Next stage.
So yeah, a couple of silly mistakes, but we scratched out our triple S. Finally. Because that is a tough score. Things make more sense now, the more I play it and just how it moves. But that's definitely going to be it. I need to get ready for work soon. I need to eat. Aside from a bowl of cereal, I have not eaten in almost 24 hours. Alright, y'all. Thank y'all for joining me for a short stream today. We will try and continue probably Sunday. Do more of my PG grinding. I think I only have a little more than 50 to go before I hit 3,000, but it's gonna be a struggle. But we're gonna do what we can. And don't forget, I do have marathon stuff coming up. We are doing a Winter Pride raid train, not this coming week, not tomorrow, but next Saturday starting. Actually, I think it might start next Friday. Saturday or Friday. I'll get info about that out later. But I will be Sunday the 14th. I will be doing Pump, just not this Pump. I will be playing Rise and maybe some Necrodancer. But after that, I have RT in Japan at the end of the month, which we will continue practicing for. Let me see if I can find y'all a host, see who's doing that, doing stuff. Sorry, I'm out. The brain is just checked out. I'm gonna send y'all over to Neb. She's playing some Mario Kart World. Go give her some love. Great friend of mine. Lovely person. Go say hi to Neb. And I will hopefully be back on Sunday for some more Pump. I'll see y'all later. Thanks for watching, everyone.